Hello, hello, a little bit late today, but here I am, and I'm going to be doing just a roundup of 30 days of self-directed kindness. In fact, I thought I would do 30 days in 30 minutes, and I thought we'd go through all of them today. So welcome. Hey Tamara, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, it's Friday, end of the week. I'm going to start the 7 days of contemplations that can raise your vibration tomorrow. Good morning to you. Hey Jennifer, good to see you. Good to see you. So today you may be thinking, I thought we'd finished the 30 days of self-directed kindness, but it was a bit mad and chaotic yesterday out there. So I thought I would take today. Hi Indra, you're both on my screen and in front of me. Always good. And hello, good to see you. Yeah, that's Shannon, isn't it, Beneforma? Good to see you. Hey, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So I thought we'd do a recap today. I thought we'd go through them all one by one. And just to give you a quick reminder so you can get a sense of them. Yes. Hi, guys. Hi, Vanessa. Indra as well. Yeah, she's down here for the weekend. We're doing some Silent Moon work. Here she is. Say hi. Woo! There she is. So, yeah, so I'm going to go through all 30 days with you today so we can get through and just remind you of each different one so you can see what were your favourites. I got the true point of this 2 days ago. I'm doing my own 30 days. Oh, great. Good for you. Yeah, I've always said through every single one that, you know, it can you can take any one of these, or even in the book, the 100 Days, which I'll just put down here in case you'd forgotten. You know, you can download the book and you've got 100 to choose from. You can do them all one day each, or you can just take the ones that are your favourite. Hey Angie, and just go ahead and really take one and run with it until it's done its work with you. Every single one. Oh my goodness, I've got a cat. This is Indra's famous cat that she uses for her scopes. So
It's a bit dirty.
it's a bit dirty. Dirty cat. There we go. Hey Angie. So if I put it on the I can be like him. Look at that.
Hands.
Oh, 2 hands.
2 hands.
But actually, I'm going to be focusing on the screen a lot of the time because I want to go through these 30 days with you. But how are you guys today before I dive into it? There you go again. Jazz hands. Yeah, I know. Hey Akram, good to see you. Or Mark, maybe you're Mark Akram. Maybe that's what that is. Lol, indeed. Really good. Hey Sonam. So yeah, I was just saying, Sonam, that it was a bit chaotic yesterday doing our scopes, all 3 of us, plus with all the building noise and the sunlight and all of those things. Feeling good, it's Friday. Woohoo! So I'm going to take us through all 30 days in the time I have today. So should we crack on with it? Should we do our 30 days in 30 minutes? Let me hear you say yeah, because this is the only reveal you're going to get today.
Yeah.
Yay! Yes, says Indra. Who else would like to start going through the days? Yes, Sonam would, Vanessa would. Okay, woohoo! All right. So we're going to do a recap. Here's what yes, let's do this. So here's how I like to do it. I'm just going to fairly quickly flip through each one. And we just take a moment if you want to ask any questions about one specifically, you can do that. But it's really just to remind you of what they were. And you might want to take a note of them if you haven't downloaded the book, and which ones resonate, which ones you found easy, which ones you found difficult. So we'll see how it goes because there's a lot to get through. Let's start with day 1. So remember day 1, back in it's the 1st of July today, it was the 1st of June, was about fulfilling a trivial longing today that you've put off or denied. It's just a little thing. Do it and feel the joy. So this is all about taking care of the little longings so the big longings take care of themselves. So I'm going to kind of race through them. If you want me to stop on one for any reason, just throw stop up in the comments. But let's move on. I wonder if I could do them all in one day. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's look at day 2.
Oh, so Vanessa.
So
Fire,
Vanessa.
fire.
Fire. Yeah, I know that feeling. Day 2 was find a mirror, look at you. You are amazing in so many ways. Describe 3 of the more obvious ones. So that was good. It might have brought some stuff up if you have a hard time looking at yourself in the mirror. That was day 2. Day 3, again, remember to throw stop up if you want to say something about it or just throw a comment up or want to ask anything more about it. Day 3, we had some few people said this was their favourites yesterday. 2-finger heart tapping. Yeah, go Sonam. Yeah, a lot of people mentioned this yesterday, that it was one of their favourites. A smile, touch your face with love. Go on, put your hands on your face and smile. Yummy you. Hey, Melissa. We're going through 30 days in 30 minutes today. So, or less. So that was a great one. I know it brought some stuff up for people, touching their face. I think that was true for you, Indra. Was that one that was a challenge for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So again, interesting. It gets some challenges on it. Yummy me. Absolutely, Vanessa. Day 4. Notice the progress you have made. Even the smallest shift deserves congratulations. So I love this one. I think it's really good to celebrate. San Diego Guitars, I don't get it. Well, you know what? This is on the back of a 30 days of kindness. I'm doing all of the 30 days in this scope. It's about being kind to you, including yourself in the equation of kindness. You can always go download that book, 100 Days of Kindness ebook, from that URL there. I started a skin regimen after the face touching. Wow, that's brilliant. I love it when there's some kind of real world impact of doing these. So noticing the progress was a really cool thing to do. Day 5, just for a moment, imagine what it might feel like to forgive your mother and or father for everything. So I recall this one being quite a big one, actually, because, you know, to really go there where you imagine that you've really forgiven everything. Hey, Bobby. Says Shannon. Forgiven, says Tamara. Woohoo! Yeah, it can be difficult, but again, that's one that it can be practiced. In fact, I would say to you, Shannon, it can be difficult, but it's, if you imagine you're like a child, as a child you run around the playground pretending. So this is one of those pretend things. So if you could just pretend like a kid, oh, I imagine I could, what if I just forgiven them for everything? And that could be pretty amazing. It just gives you access to that. Melissa needed this one. Okay, day 6. Take a 2-minute break and come to a complete stop. Do nothing. Breathe, let go, and be breathed. Oh, thanks for those hearts, Bobby. That's lovely. Fake it till you make it. Or find the genuine place. That would be another option as well. I can pretend I was in theatre. There you are. There, just play it. It's really about that previous one is about accessing the place of possibility. And when you access the place of possibility, you get to access the energy of it, and then that energy can go to work in you. So, take a 2-minute break and come to a complete stop. That was day 6. Always good to stop and breathe. Day 7. Ask for something you want without justification. Get it or not, you've honoured you. Now, some people, I recall, found it quite difficult, and some people found it very easy. So this really is for someone, if you have a hard time asking, just try practicing without justification. One of the reasons that we justify our requests is because we feel that we don't necessarily deserve them, but it actually reduces the power of the ask. How much is the ebook? The ebook is for free. Absolutely. Just go there to mpa4.me/bekind, number 2, letter U. And it's absolutely free. Well, actually, it costs you the price of your email, and I'll send you a few emails with cool stuff in it and give you an offer to buy the MPA training for half the normal price. You didn't realise? Oh, Steph, how many times
30,
have I said free?
30 times, Steph.
It is, yeah. Oh, James is there. I didn't see James. Hey to you. So, day 8, let's crack on. So, day 8 was this 5 things in your life that you feel lucky to have. You lucky thing, you. Hey, Laurie. And hey, Jeannie. Yeah, it's good to see you. You often catch the replay, but wait if you call now. I must have missed something there. Pretty much every scope you'll probably said it. I think I did. So so it's good to remember that you're lucky, even if you feel like you're the unluckiest person in the world. If you actively go seeking for something, you feel like, I've got all my toes still, lucky me. Again, it aligns you with that energy. Super blessed. Good. Day 9. Remind yourself why you love that special someone, and notice how good that makes you feel.
Yay!
Yay! So it's good to remember, especially because in the bish bosh of relational life. The bish bosh, yeah, the bish bosh of relational life.
That's a very word.
You can forget, you forget why you actually love them. My dog just peed in the sitting room. Lucky you. Absolutely, yeah. There's an NLP thing, right, with that Richard Bandler did. He's the guy that sort of started NLP, And a woman came into his office and was complaining about her kids and her husband leaving mess in the house. So he said to her, imagine that your house is pristine clean. There's no footprints, nothing at all. Stay with that. And she was like, oh, that's really, really nice. And then he said, well, stay with that. Okay, keep going. Next day, next day, next day, next day. And she suddenly got it. That without the marks, there was no kids, no family, nothing. And she was like, okay. And she was able to let go of her sort of rigid attachment to cleaning the house or telling them off for it. I missed some comments there. So remind yourself what makes you feel great about the loved one. Okay, day 10. Listen to your critical mind like it's a lunatic. Wish it well and get on with your day. I remember this being quite a fun scope actually, and I do love this one. Our mind is a lunatic when it tells you all sorts of crazy shit. And it's worth remembering that, especially when it's in that stuff. I remember my dad of that one a few weeks ago. Your dad, was that a typo? Or was that your day of that one? You love this one, Melissa. Yay! One hashtag. Some more than others. Yeah. Well, the mind isn't all bad. It's when it's telling you stuff that you know is just rubbish. Just remember that it's in a padded cell at the door screaming at you. Oh, your dad a few years back. Okay, gotcha. Day 11. Don't make your next decision. Let it be a discovery. Rest in the unknown and let the decision make you. So this is quite a deep one, and we talked a bit about the non-personal perspective, which is that everything is received. We're the last to know. We think we're in charge. But if you wait, then the truth will find you. And that's what this one was really about. A bit of a deep one, that one. Day 12. Practice the phrase, I love you and no, for those times when a no to them is a yes to you. That was difficult, resting in the unknown. Yeah, it can be a tricky one, the previous one, Melissa, for sure. This one, again, some people are fine saying no. I had to learn this, but I love the way that this is laid out. Any version of I love you and then the no is good. So it's hard to say no to you. I would really love your support and no. Or part of me wants to say yes and no. Or, thank you for asking and no. Or even, if they keep going, I love your persistence and no. So there's various ways to say no. And saying no is a really important part of being kind to you, because sometimes that no to them is a yes to you. Great phrase suggestions. Thanks, Shannon. I do like that one. That one I have to. That comes from Byron Katie. I learned that from Byron Katie, so I want to credit her for that one in particular. Okay, day 13. When you're asked to give, first ask yourself, is it kind to me? If it feels good, do it. Else, honour your inner no. So again, often we feel we have to give, and we often think, oh, it's be kind to give, and if I don't give, I'll be unkind. But actually, it's important. The whole thing of these 30 days is to include yourself in those moments of kindness, or itself in the kindness equation. So this is one of those for sure. Rattling through here, day 14. Find a deeper motivation. Why would you still choose to do that thing you want to do, even though your scary story could be true? I fucking love this one. Because you know what? When you set out on any kind of mission to create anything or do anything, the going can get really tough. And it's worth finding that deeper motivation, because again, that lunatic mind will tell you, oh, it's not worth it, I can't do it, it's all going to go to shit anyway. But if you can find that deeper motivation, that's a really powerful thing. So for me with MPA, it's been through hard times, it's been a struggle financially, I'm still kind of coming out of that. But that calling in me, that knowing that kind of, if you like, I would say God gave me this thing to do, it's beyond me, meant that I've kept going, and now it's sort of really, I can feel that all of the fruits coming out right now. Me too, absolutely. So that's a great question to ask yourself. Day 15, this one. See yourself a year from now with your dreams come true. Write down the story of how it happened and be playful about it. Now, yeah, I remember this one actually. This was an interesting one. It's a great exercise to do anytime. It's called future pacing. And you can just step into the future, but the thing is to write the story of how it happened, because you can get really creative and really playful about the story of how it happened, which might inspire. It makes you cry, James. Tell me about that. I'm really curious now. Why does that make you cry? Is it like a good cry? I'm getting a sense it's like, it's lovely to think about your dreams come true. Hey,
I found
man.
this hard.
So Indra found this hard.
Yeah.
Why did you find it hard?
You know. Working at my
I'm just
side.
putting Indra on the
Hi
spot.
everyone. Why
A
did
good
I find it
cry.
hard? I think thoughts got in the way of it for me.
Okay.
A lot of shit got in the way.
Okay.
Because I think the self-confidence issues maybe got in the way of like trying to sort of swipe them out the way and go, okay, that's where I want to be, that's what I want to see. But that's going to take some time and some real
Okay.
grafting. So I think that's where I kind of felt it.
Okay, so we're talking about sometimes the challenges that come up when you have to see yourself a year from now, and that's a really good example. I bet loads of people can resonate with that or have that experience. So the important bit there is the be playful. This is not an exercise where you bring in it's not possible. It's like if you could get really like a kid in the sandpit and go, well, yeah, there's these challenges, but tell the story of how it all miraculously happened, how everything fell into place, how the universe supported you. That's how I would run with that one, because that is when the lunatic mind comes up and says, oh yeah, but that's impossible, it's going to be shit, all these things. If I was going to write the story of how it happened, I wouldn't write it's going to be shit. I'd write how amazingly it happened. But it's
No, but you're fire, fire, fire. Not everybody's fire, fire, fire. Are they though?
But it's a challenge. But I mean, that's the thing that comes up with people is like it's not possible. So I totally get that. Okay, let's go to day 16. So day 16 is when given a gift, receive the essence, not the thing. The thing is a bonus. The essence is a gift. So this is about, sometimes people give you a rubbish present, but actually the essence of it is that they're giving you something. And this was very interesting. I just remembered now that we talked about the gift can sometimes be. There was other things that came along. I don't know if any of you guys remember. Is if you're going to dream, dream big. Yeah, that's right. Or dream as it feels good. Day 17. Imagine for 1 minute that you have all the money you ever wanted. Do nothing, just enjoy the feeling. So this is another one of those, get into that kind of the energy, connect with the energy of it. Go big or go home. So it's about getting into the feeling place. So we often worry about money, but as I said at the time, whether you've got, a lottery win in your bank account or a pound in your bank account, you're still sitting on the same chair. So it's about just feeling that feeling. Eckhart talks about that. Byron Katie talks about that. It's all very true. Day 18, connect to an inner silence beyond all sound and let that be your guide today. So talking about the noise that you hear outside isn't necessarily the inner silence that I was talking about. So that was an invitation to close your eyes, go in, find the inner silence. Day 19, before you take responsibility for your lover's mood, ask, is that kind to me? I need GPS for this one. Your favourite? Okay, great. Was that, Jennifer, was that this one, the responsibility one? I'm reading in New Earth, by the way. Oh, great. I don't think I read Power of Now, but I never actually read the New Earth, but I do love Eckhart. Yep. 18. 18 was your favourite. Okay, the previous one. So this is a good one because we can take on responsibility for our lover's mood, and I made the point here is that, sometimes you may have done some shitty thing and then you at least take responsibility for that. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like, is it kind to you to take on their stuff, really, is what I was asking. Day 20, look at someone or someone you consider aesthetically ugly and find the beauty in it or them. So this is a great one for, because when you see something ugly, if it affects you in a negative way, and that's the main point here, then there's a way you can choose to learn to look and find the beauty in things. And there's a great energy about beauty. I'm a big fan of beauty. Day 21. Treat your feet to some seriously loving attention and massive appreciation because they rock. I think Vanessa named this one yesterday as her favourite. Just having the Power of Now for a second time. Okay, great. You remember this one? I remember showing my feet on this one. So if you want to see my feet, why would you want to do that? Then go check out the replay. Day 21. Our feet are often forgotten, so it's a good chance. I got a pedi after this one. Oh, way to go, Jen. That's brilliant. Day 22. Realise you're not in control of your breath. Life is actually breathing you and supports you whether you realise it or not. He's a gnome. Eckhart Tolle the gnome. Did this for myself and my parents. You have a great looking feet. Oh well, thank you very much. So this one, not in control of your breath. Yeah, if you let go of control of the breath, you will be breathed, and that's a great metaphor always, the breath is, for how life is supporting you. Day 23. If someone shouts insults at you, remember they're just having a loony moment. It's not about you. This is like the internal mind one. I love how gentile his voice is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love his chuckle. Oh, hey, Jane. Agree, James. I need to read Power of Now again. You need this one. Yes. So this is a reflection of the inner one. When your mind's kicking off, it's a loony. But also sometimes, I reckon every single one of you has had a loony moment. You know what it's like. You lose any sense of reality. You kick off with somebody, or even have a loony moment in lots of different ways. But when someone else is having a loony moment with you, it's them being a loony. It's not about you. It's not personal, as I would say. Give grace. Day 24. Skin cells don't try to be brain or heart cells for that matter. You're a cell in the body of humanity. For the health of humanity, be who you are. So again, just a quick reminder on that one. A heart cell will tell you that the most important thing is to beat. A skin cell will tell you the most thing to do is to chill out and take in the sun. And we're all like that, and each cell in the different body needs to be what it is for the whole body to function. So this is an invitation just to go, well, I don't have to be what those, in order to have success, these are the 10 steps you have to take. Well, it might work for that person, but it might not necessarily. It might work for a bunch of people, but it might not work for you. So be you. Find what is your natural, authentic expression. And you can always watch Indra's scopes to get some help with that. So, day 25. List 5 qualities you admire about Jesus, or whichever favourite spiritual master you have. And list 3 examples of each when you have shown each of these qualities. So again, all of the qualities that you see in someone else and go, oh, they're amazing, are in you. They resonate with you, so they're inside you. You just might not be expressing them because you might have an idea that that's about them, not you. So go ahead and just say, well, what are the 5 qualities I admire about that amazing person? Whether it's, again, it could be, I've picked spiritual teacher, I said Richard Branson or someone, whatever you want to achieve, if you admire somebody in it, what are those qualities? And find 3 examples of each of those qualities where they show up in you. And even if you find simple examples like, oh, that person's really compassionate. Well, I was compassionate to my dog. It doesn't matter. It's just about really reminding yourself that you have those qualities inside of you. Day 26. Congratulate yourself for all the things you thought you were supposed to do but didn't. Some amazing things in your life could not be here now if you'd done them. I love this one. This is one of my favourites, because we often beat ourselves up and have regrets. But actually, what you're doing now, some of those things wouldn't be here. Like if you'd chosen to go out with that amazing looking guy, but you turned him down and you wish you'd had, but then you might not be with the amazing guy you're with now, or you might not be wonderfully, happily single, or whatever it is. So it's worth remembering that those things you thought you were supposed to do but didn't do have made way for the things that you're actually doing, including some amazing things. Up we go. Day 27. Give yourself permission to be angry. Feeling it will bring more flow than blocking it. So again, some people find it easy to be angry. And my point there was like it's about feeling it, not necessarily spitting it out. But generally this is for people that have a difficulty with anger. It can be really great to give yourself permission just to experience it. Or to just let it out. Sometimes in the early days of learning to live or to learning to allow anger to run through you, it can just letting it flow is a really good thing. Good here. Almost there, day 28. Ask yourself, if my heart had something to tell me, what might it say? And listen carefully. That was a rough day for me, day 28. But it was all good, a chance to speak to the heart. And I felt a lot of heart from all of you guys that were there that day. And but this is a great question. You can ask any body part, in fact. If it had something to say, what might it say? I often say if you ask your liver, you might not like what you hear. Thank you, Jennifer. That's lovely. But it's good to ask your heart, what might it say? And this is really an invitation to communicate with your body, really. Your body holds so much wisdom and so many things it would like to share with you. So why not have a little conversation? Day 29. For the sake of simplicity, just assume your past is over. I think that's my absolute favourite of all of them. That's why I put it on day 29. So just letting it sink in, you know, for the sake of simplicity, just assume your past is over. What I loved about what past, but yeah, absolutely, very good, great answer. So what I loved about this scope was that all of you that were on there really went for it, and I heard some wonderful. What were you feeling when you let it happen? Was peace, relief, your sense of universal connection, all of those wonderful things. And finally, day 30, yesterday, you had a chance to congratulate yourself for participating in these 30 moments of kindness. That was very kind of you. So it was kind of you to join in. So I'm really grateful to you for being kind to you in that. and I want to say thank you for being here. It's been a blast to have these 30 days. I think I was glad I did that today, just to recap. Tomorrow I will start the 7 contemplations to raise your vibration. You can still go and download that ebook. In fact, I'll show you one more time. It is free. Steph, it's free. Just so you know, Steph, it's free. And in case you weren't sure, it's free. You're welcome, Melissa. So there's the book, and do check out Non-Personal Awareness. What will you do on Scopes now, Joel? Well, like I just said, it's I'm going to do from tomorrow 7 contemplations to raise your vibrations. They're not meditations, they're contemplations. And I invite you to contemplate some notions. And if you contemplate these notions, my belief is that they will raise your vibration. What a great service you provide. Thank you very much. I'm free. I'm getting mine tonight. Great. Sounds great. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Indra will be chomping at the bit to come on because I'm out at 2:30. So go join her. Just in case you're here and haven't noticed and you're new, stick some emojis up, my love, and you can everyone can follow you and do that stuff. Love your scopes. You need to scope more. What, twice a day? Thank you, James. Will you still do them every day though? Yeah, I think my approach, James, I'll do the odd random one here and there, but I will basically scope every day. But I like the idea of doing a sort of set of a theme over a time. It suits me because I can kind of pre-plan it and don't have to think about it. He's just an amazing in real life, guys. Oh, Sonam, shocks. Thank you. Yeah, to have a focus. So I'm going to do ones that I've got in mind. Is this 7 days of raising your vibration with those contemplations. I think I might talk about not taking trolls personally for a week or so. I want to do some man stuff because people have asked me about that, and I've spoken to Dave about doing maybe a peri train for conscious men. And now I'll get off because it's Indra's time. And I'm banging on. Cheers, Joel. Glad you had time today. I'm so happy you're turning to continue scoping. Oh, great, Melissa. Really looking forward to them all. Whoop, whoop. Thanks. Love and blessings, you beautiful people. Thanks for being on my scope, and I will see you tomorrow. Actually, and if you're coming on to Indrascope, I'll see you there in about 30 seconds. Also, love. Bye now.